So people ask me why I have a dual TV setup. It originated by my friends coming over, and we're watching the Golden State Warriors finals. And we thought, wouldn't it be kind of cool if we can play video games at the same time? So this is how it's set up. It looks complicated, but once I explain how it works, you can make the combinations endless pretty much. So, as you see here, I can change it, mirror it, PlayStation on one side, stream on the other side, flip flop. I also added other devices to the main TV, the bottom one, since I use it the most. This is Chromecast, and this here is the Xbox, and of course back to the stream, and of course, like I set up here, I can change it back to the video games. So if you have any questions, just go ahead and put it in the comments. Any comments, put it in the comments, whatever. But I will show you next how this is actually all connected. And this is nice because the easiest way for me to explain this to you is if I draw it out and explain it to you. If I give you the drawing, you would look like mass instruction. So, let's start simple. I'll make it simple. So we have top TV. I'll make this one a little bit bigger. I know my scores are nice. I call it TV main. I call it main because it's gonna everything I'm gonna see is gonna watch from there. It's bigger, it's better, whatever. So what do I have connected to it? I have my PlayStation. That's one of my main things I use. I have my laptop. Call that lap. And then everything else, truthfully, is all alternative things that, you know, once in a while I use, once in a while I don't, and it's fine. It's fine. So that would be got a Chromecast, so CR, and my Xbox, big ol' X. So so how does this all come together? So the TVs have HDMI ports, and most of them have 2 these days. Some have 3. If you have 3, you can do a lot more, but I'm doing it as a 2 HDMI setup. So this one has 1 and a 2. This one has a 1 and a 2. So what happens in between? So the first one's easy. Let's keep it simple. There's a splitter. I'll call it SP1. So here, everything I do in green is going to be from all these devices towards everything else, and then all the other colors will do everything else. So what happens is the splitter has 1 input, so the PlayStation is going to get the 1, and then from the splitter has 2 slots, so it's going to go out 1 and 1, 2 spots, because that's all it can do. It splits the screen. Easy. So now PlayStation is on top TV and main TV. You can swap it with the remote from the TVs. So next is the laptop. I want it to be a main device also. Come back. So there's another splitter. Call it SP2. So of course, laptop, same thing. Goes into the first this splitter, and it's going to go into the slot or HDMI 2 one. It's not going to go directly to 2 because how do I include all these other things that I have here? I want the laptop, Chromecast, Xbox, and whatever else. So what happens here is there's a switch, HDMI switch. Just call it SW for switch. So just like I said, anything device going out, it's gonna go into the switch. So just to make the laptop understandable, the splitter is gonna, whoop, sorry, wrong color. The splitter is gonna go into the switch. So the switch is gonna go right out to the second one. The switch is unique because now with the Chromecast, we can add it to the switch, add the Xbox to the switch. And so what the switch allows is to change between each one of these devices to go into the main TV. Pretty simple. So the thing is, things to remember now with this setup is these splitters, and I'm pretty sure the switch too, the links they have to these devices, they work for 4K TVs. I found that out when I switched out one of my TVs for 4K, that the splitters didn't work anymore and I had to upgrade it to a 4K TV. So if you have something like an 8K or more, these products probably would not work. So keep that in mind. Other than that, if there's anything that you want to ask, I mean, this is just a simple setup of this part. You can swap out a lot of different things to make it even more fun and complicated. I did this for fun. This picture here that I drew you is I have it in digital form. It's actually like really squared and arrows are a lot better and everything. Keep in mind with this switch, it's very unlimited in a sense. You can add any other part or any other device that does HDMI out. And the thing is about the switches is this here, you can find it with so many ports. Like I said, you can move it if you want. Does not matter. This is my basic setup. I just wanted to show it and explain it. And if you have any questions in a sense, let me know in the comments. Let me know questions in the comments. I don't care. And other than that, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good night. But keep in mind, when doing things fun like this, cheers. Oh, oops, I forgot to include that each one of these devices need electricity, which means you need that many ports. I used to having a device that, I mean, I still have it, but they don't sell it anymore because it's crappy. But keep that in mind in a sense of whatever you want to set up. All these things need electricity. Plugs, plugs, plugs. Yeah. Thank you. I mean, yeah.